For main dictation, June 1974. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, in offering my own remarks on this land sealing bill, I shall not take much of the time of this House in dealing with the various paths to socialism that today state governments are so anxious to implement all over India. I am aware of the tremendous political pressure on our administrator to introduce ceiling not only on lands but also on urban property. After we have introduced the ceiling on our urban property, we will have a ceiling on industrial wealth, which will limit the number of shares that we can have in industries. Ultimately, sir, we may reach the goal of the Naxalities where every man is a slave of the state and where private enterprise cannot exist at all. But as I said, it is not my intention today to question these various acts of socialism, excepting to state that our real problem that exists in our villages is not going to be solved by this land sealing legislation. I would plead, sir, with a genuine desire to see that this legislation, which has come to stay, benefits those people whom it is intended to benefit. That the government should really start thinking of creating an agency whereby when the surplus land is taken over, it can give the necessary inputs and provide the necessary assistance to the tenants or the landless laborers to see that the lands are properly cultivated and the lands are not mortgaged the very next year. I am afraid, sir, in actual practice, we are not going to gain anything substantial by the land sealing legislation except a feeling of satisfaction that landlords have been eliminated from our life. Sir, this is one point of view. The other point of view is that landlordism exists not only in land, it exists in industry, it exists in urban wealth, and it exists also in politics. Even today, it is very difficult for us to withstand the tremendous political landlordism of some great political leaders in our country. I do not think I have to remind this state government of the tremendous fight that they are having with other sections in this regard. I would only like to say that while it is a point of view, the feeling naturally arises amongst other section of the people where all this is going to end. Sir, one honorable member has referred to the other salient features of the bill. One is that the time taken to file claims has been reduced drastically. Well, sir, I do not think this will expedite in any way the surrender of surplus land, but it is done with good intentions. I would only plead that there should be sufficient safeguards to see that people who are affected by such legislation have an opportunity to be heard and sufficient time should be given to submit their returns. It is not merely a question of filling of claims, but it is a question of filling a proof. Letter dated 30th December 1973 from the Agricultural Marketing Advisor to the Government of India, New Delhi, addressed to the President, Public Welfare Committee, Tiruchirappalli. Dear Sir, I am writing this with reference to your letter of the 10th instant about the products graded under AGMARK. As is well known, an AGMARK label is affixed to a package only after its contents have been pre-tested and found to conform to the standards prescribed for the purity and quality of the commodity concerned. For this purpose, the Ministry of Agriculture, in cooperation with the state government, has set up a network of approval laboratories. You have mentioned that AGMARK labels are issued to oil mojos in your area freely. In this connection, I would like to inform you that for grading any commodity under AGMARK, a certificate of authorization is an essential prerequisite. Labels are issued only to the chemists of such authorized parties for being affixed on graded packages. Only one party in your area has so far been authorized to grade vegetable oils, and that too only coconut oil under AGMARK. There is thus no question of issuing any AGMARK labels to others in your area. Yours faithfully. Stop.